And it is the quarter-final stage of the men's team event. And the match we are featuring, as you can see on screen, England. And their opponents in the quarter-final, Brazil. The umpires just making last-minute arrangements out in the playing area. And there we have the lineup for the Brazilian team. Had a fantastic win against Hong Kong. Hugo Calderano winning 2. And Suboy winning the other one. That was a great victory against a highly rated Hong Kong China men's team. England came through with a 3-1 victory against Egypt. And there we see the lineup. My name is Don Parker. It's my pleasure to be with you for the duration of this quarter-final. Sat next to me, delighted to say, we have a former European champion, a current world and Paralympic gold medalist, Will Bailey. Will, I think we're in for a great game.
We are, Don. I think England have got to play some fantastic table tennis to win this game. I'm really looking forward to the doubles. I think it's the key match. Sam and Paul had a great win earlier, and I'm just hoping they can continue their form through to this match now.
Crowd eagerly awaiting the start of this match. It's the best of 5 matches. Each match is the best of 5 games. We're playing a new format. We're trialing a new format for the Olympic Games in Japan. The first game on is the doubles. The 2 players that you will see in each team play 1 singles. And then the second game on, we bring, in most cases, the 2 number 1 players to the table, and they will play 2 singles. So the changes to the system is that we now know the lineup for all 5 games. We didn't do that with the previous system, and there's every chance that the 2 number 1 players will actually play each other. Not guaranteed. Some coaches may look to put the number 1 player into the doubles combination, but there's a much better chance of the 2 number 1s playing, and that's what the crowd like to see. So the umpire spinning the coin. Quite a bit of tactics in the doubles, deciding the order of play. You serve first. Of course, if you serve first, your opponents then get the choice of the order. Each game the order changes. Should we go to a 5th game here? The change ends at 5, the 5th and final game. And again, we change the playing order. So quite a bit of tactics, Will, in the doubles.
Yeah, it's really important. The doubles is first in this team event format, and I think it's one of the more unpredictable games. When the singles, when the head-to-heads in the singles, you can pretty much call a lot of the matches, but doubles is even more unpredictable, and this doubles is absolutely crucial with Hugo Calderano, such a key player in this Brazilian team. It's going to take a lot for Liam to win that match. I still believe he can, but I think the doubles is key for England here.
So there we see the 2 English players. Paul Drinkle in the front of the picture, and behind him Sam Walker. Paul Drinkle, 31 in the world, 28 years of age, and Sam Walker, 22 years of age, currently ranked at number 81. And there they are, the 2 Brazilian players. Gustavo Suboy, ranked at number 66 in the world, 32 years of age. There he is on the left. And on the right, Eric Duty, 23 years of age, ranked at number 92. So Suboy left-handed. Duty right-handed, and often, Will, I don't know what you think, but I sometimes think a left-handed, right-handed combination is possibly the ideal combination. Yeah,
I totally agree with you, Don. I think both players, as you can see in the warm-up, can get their forehands in easily, and that is usually the main strength of modern-day players, forehand topspins. And yeah, with a right-hand, left-hand combination, you can get both forehands in. at all times, and that could prove key in this match.
So the players have completed 2 minutes of practice prior to the match starting. We're now ready to start, and it's Sam Walker who will serve at the start of this first game. Serving to the left-hander, Suboy. Heavy backspin on the Walker service. Very good backhand down the line from Paul Drinkle. Didn't have the best of matches earlier today against Egypt in the final match in the group. But he's such an experienced campaigner, he will have put that behind him now.
0-2.
This is a different match. And it's the quarterfinals of the ITTF Team World Cup. It's become a lot bigger.
That's a key shot for Paul. I think that forehand flick out is a fantastic shot, and I think it's a real weapon of his if used well.
3-1.
Positive start here from England. It's a fantastic backhand down the line from Paul Drinkle, and that will settle any nerves that he's got. This is a world-class backhand. The atmosphere here at the top box really picking up. Pretty full here.
They're just not quite controlling the topspin. Clever play from the two Brazilians, just slowing it down a little bit, spinning the ball, brushing up the back of the ball. Sam Walker now with his two serves.
5-4.
Some of my friends were commenting earlier who haven't watched table tennis, that were watching this event, hearing me commentate, and they were wondering what the signals were that the players were making behind the tables, and that's for service. For service, so I'm going to do a short serve. How would you describe it? How would you describe it, Don? The signalling behind the table.
Well, I think the signals are unique to the combinations, aren't they? And different players will have different signals. The most important thing is the two players understand each other. Sometimes they'll stick a finger out fully, and that will mean a long serve. Then they curve the finger, maybe a short serve. Some up for topspin, some down for backspin.
Yeah, it's just I've had a few people asking what are all the signals all about, and yeah.
As you know, when you're playing singles, the fact you know what you're doing with the service, it gives you a good idea of what you're going to do with the third ball behind the shot behind the serve. So if you know what serve your opponent's going to do, sorry, your partner's going to do, it gives you a good idea what you're likely to do with your first shot. And so now the two Brazilian players, 7-5 in the lead. It's worth noting that England have only once made the semi-finals at this Team World Cup, and that was at the first ever Team World Cup, 1990 in Japan. In fact, the England team beat Japan at the quarterfinals and then lost to Sweden in the semi-finals. Sweden, of course, in those days, Voldner, Appelgren, Persson, they were the best team, and indeed they beat China in the final back in 1990. So England looking to equal their best ever performance at the Team World Cup if they can beat the Brazilian team. England was stronger over the first 4 or 5 points, but Brazilians have really turned it round, and they now lead 10-5. And that's a great block. by Subo on the diagonal, and Brazil take the first game 11 points to 5. Players now make their way back to the corner. They have 1 minute with their respective coaches. Words of wisdom, no doubt. And there we see confirmation on the screen, 11-5. A little bit disappointed the second half of the game, Will, from an England point of view.
Yeah, tactics are so important in this game, and the Brazilians have really nailed their tactics.
Come on, change this. Now it's like
here's the coach just trying to talk about what he wants in the game and how he wants his plays to affect the game. And I think what he can say here can really change proceedings coming up for sure. I think more than the singles, the doubles is so tactically important, even more than the singles. And this is a really crucial set for the English boys.
The highest ranked player on show this evening in this match is Hugo Calderano, 21 years of age, number 16 in the world is the young Brazilian player. And he, of course, will be playing 2 singles.
Second game.
So as you say, Will, absolutely spot on. This double's crucial. Suboy to serve at the start of the second game, the left-hander. That was a classic example of the left-hander, right-hander working well. The ball's coming down the middle, and they've both got room to play the forehands. There he is, he's just waiting for it on his forehand, is Suboy. Backhand on the diagonal from Paul Drinkle. Took it early, played it out wide on the angle. They're very dynamic, the 2 Brazilian players, aren't they? They're moving their feet, they're looking to get in with forehands all the time. But having said that, those are very good backhand topspin from Suboy, but they're the active ones at the moment.
Yeah, they look like they've got a really good understanding with each other, the way each other move. And with the left-handed, right-handed combination, as you say, they have lots of room to play their forehand, to get their forehand in.
Duty now with his first serve in this sequence of 2. On bench. All looking very attentively on at this doubles encounter. They're just looking to guide the ball out on the diagonal. It just caught the top of the net, flicked off the end of the table. 3 points apiece, 6 points have progressed, and the players were entitled to tamel down. It looked like all 4 there took the opportunity. Quite warm here in the Copper Box Arena.
Brazilians have started really well here, really positive.
It's a very interesting return of serve from Suboy there. Just apologises for his good fortune. We may see it on the replay. But this backhand, there it goes. Just a thick edge, just deviated slightly in its trajectory of the ball.
5-3.
Can Sam get that backhand flick in, which is so effective usually in the doubles for him.
Good heavy backspin on the serve. He holds the back very loose, does Suboy. Gives him that little bit of extra acceleration as he cuts underneath the ball. Three consecutive points for Brazil. great service. You're very rarely seeing doubles the long, fast serve. And of course, what that does, it throws the element of doubt into the person receiving the serve, because they're thinking, is he going to come long and fast? Boy at the moment, looking really good. Jumped in there with the superb return serve, just delicately touching it over net. On that occasion, he tried to do it again, didn't quite read the spin. More backspin on the ball there. Sam Walker coming underneath the ball as opposed to through the back of the ball.
8-4.
But as you can see on the screen, 8-4. I have to say, the Brazilians look impressive, Will.
Yeah, they do look impressive and working together so well as a team.
8-5.
That's good to see. Good positive body language between Paul and Sam. They still believe they're in this game.
Very well there, Paul. He changed his mind. See, on the return of serve where he changed his mind, but he did it ever so well. Recovered quickly, made a good topspin. England went on to win the point. And England just putting together a nice run of points here. The momentum perhaps just coming back towards the English camp. That's a good shot block there from Brinko.
Fantastic shot from Paul. We saw a lot of that yesterday at the England-Japan game. Koki Niwa played some outstanding chop blocks. And is that a timeout there, Don?
Timeout called by the Brazilian coach, and I think it's a good timeout. It was 8-4, 3 consecutive points for England. The momentum clearly with England. And of course, from a Brazilian point of view, if they can take this second game, they go 2-0 up, best of 5. Not a lot of people come back from two down. You can do, of course you can. You've got to win 3 games on the bounce.
Se esse efeito não subir e se é baixo. E às vezes é fingir e meter essa comprida, depois o Suboi consegue contra-atacar. Se você
So it's a 1-minute break. Each pair's allowed 1 timeout during the match. So England now have still got a timeout to come. Brazil have used it, and I think quite cleverly well. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I think it's spot on from the Brazilian coach. I think he knows this is a crucial game, crucial set. Yeah, if Brazil take it, go 2-0 up. But the England boys are a good doubles pair, and if they take this one, this could go all the way. Brazil will know Hugo Calderano's coming up, and they'll believe that he can take 2 singles.
Ball. 7-8.
Shot down. Duty there. Pounced on the opportunity. Good touch play by Suboi. And there we see the top spin. Always a big point, the first one after the timeout. Now, of course, it's Suboi with his 2 serves. 9-7. He just didn't push it through, so the ball dropped at the feet of Sam Walker. We'll just see that again. Just holds back a fraction. And you can see how low Sam Walker was then beneath the table.
I've said it a lot, Don, but that left-hand, right-hand combination is really key, I think, in this game. The Brazilians are working it really well, using it really well.
And what a good timeout by the Brazilian coach. 3 consecutive points, 8-7 to 11-7. And Brazil now lead by 2 games to 0. What do you think, Will, here? What will you be saying if you're the English coach? An enviable position.
Well, I think it's important that the England boys don't get their heads down. They stay positive. There's still potentially 3 more games to go. And they've just got to make the Brazilians work for this match now, work for this game.
Do something all the time.
The England coach there just saying maybe touch the ball, keep the ball shorter in the receives, keep it tight, stop them from getting those big shots in.
I think that's the crucial thing, Will. You've spotted, and I think you're absolutely right. First pair to get in with the first strong topspin seems to me to be the favourite to win the point. So I think a lot is around the service and the return of serve. You've got to keep the serve tight, the long, fast serve occasionally just to keep the opponent guessing, and then your partner following. We spoke about the signals under the table to let your, the communication between the two players, so important in that early phase of the rally. And at the moment, it's the two Brazilian players.
Third game, England to serve.
So now we're ready for the start of the third game. Paul Drinkle to serve. Very simply, England have to win the next 3 games. That's exactly what we've got to do. It's exactly what we spoke about. Will get in with that first strong topspin. Take the game to your opponent.
It's great to see right at the start of this third set, Sam going for that ball, taking his forehand on.
Oh, what a shot from Drinkle there. Backhand topspin down the line. So much easier to go on the diagonal. You've got much more target to aim for. But there it is, and you saw there, Duty had gambled. He'd gone round the backhand to play the forehand. The gamble didn't pay off.
2-3.
Perfect start for England, 3 out of 3. He got in with a good return from Sam Walker. It wasn't aggressive, but he spun the ball. Positive, good positive return of serve.
Really good start here from England in this third set.
5-0.
England ladies supporting the men. They lost to Singapore this morning, having previously lost to Hong Kong. They were eliminated at the group stage, but put up a really impressive performance.
Enjoyed that game, Don. I think they played really, really well in that. England ladies.
1-5.
Superb.
Tintin Ho winning the one match that England won, looking in good shape. Of course, Tintin Ho and Paul Drinkle will be back next weekend here at the Copper Box Arena, defending their national singles titles. Oh, well done, Sam Walker.
1-6.
Great angle.
Really up their game here, England. Taking the initiative early in the rally, going for those balls. Really positive play, really attacking.
This time it was the Brazilians who got in with the first strong topspin. Duty there, what a good angle out wide to Sam Walker's forehand. Good aggressive play.
6-2.
Sam Walker's played that so well in this third game. The backhand on the diagonal. Gustavo Suboy, absolutely no chance there. The Walker backhand's looking good, Will.
Yeah, that backhand flicks so much topspin on the ball. You can't see it from here, but that ball is fizzing
9-3.
with spin. And this set looks really, really good for England. nice to get quite a comfortable set when you're 2-0 down. You're straight back in it at 2-1. There's Liam Pitchford looking on.
Pitchford, of course, will be featuring in the second match. He's out there preparing himself, stretching a little bit.
9-4.
Flick down the line from Suboy, just a little bit too long. And now England with 6 game points. England coach and players looking a little bit more relaxed. There it is.
11-4 game.
England take the third game. 11 points to 4, but it's still Brazil who lead by 2 games to 1.
Really good game for that for England. Don, do you think that there was a change in tactic there, or?
I think a good start's so important as well, isn't it? I think the tactics are very important. I think I'd be focusing on the service and the return of the serve, and then getting in with the first strong ball. If you serve well or you return well, and then getting with the first topspin, I think you win.
It's amazing how the first 2 sets went the way they did, and then the England boys win the third set 11-3 really comfortably.
I think then I go back to the good start. They made a really good start in that game. They got 2 or 3 points in front, then they relaxed. Both of them played incredibly well. Sam Walker back down there was as sweet as I've ever seen it. So the players make their way back.
Who serves?
1 minute with their coaches. I suspect the Brazilian coach was all about saying, okay boys, we've got to forget that game. Let's get back to where we were in the first 2. Tight serves, positive return of serve, and let's get in with the first topspin. But I'm pretty sure the coach will be saying the same thing as well. So the beginning of this 4th game crucial for both pairs. Great start. Very good flick work.
Really positive start, especially at 0-0. It's not an easy shot to pull off that forehand flick.
See Suboy here. Here he goes. Out wide to Sam Walker's forehand. Gustavos Suboy. Left-handed.
Huge Yole there, huge Cho. Shouting with delight, the Brazilian player. Letting the England boys know that they believe they can win this game.
Great serve. Thing is in doubles, of course, I know it's the obvious, but you can only serve on the diagonal. When you're in singles, you can spray that long serve down the line, out wide to the forehand. In doubles, you can only go on the diagonal, and therefore the opponent knows where it's coming.
And as you say, Don, you very rarely see the long serve in the doubles. Proven quite effective today. Element of surprise.
So 3-2. Suboy with his second serve in this sequence of 2. Duty there follows in behind the Suboy serve. Perfect tactics. And again, it's the first pair to get in with the strong topspin. Walker did well on the return there. He used his wrist, he spun it. Duty, of course, pounced on the opportunity with the counter topspin. 4-2.
2-4.
Really key part of this match now. England need to stay in touch, in touching distance of the Brazilian team here.
Remember, it's the best of 5 games. Brazil lead by 2 games to 1. And just need 1 more game for victory in this match.
Really good support here for the England boys. It's nice to see at the Copper Box. Lots of fans in today.
Good short play there by the two English players, just delicately touching the ball over the net. Just keeping it tight, preventing the two Brazilian players from getting in with strong top spins. They're just overhitting the top spin. It's very frustrated. Just didn't quite get the contact between bat and ball that he wanted. It just flew up off his racket. Brazil with the service, leading 5-4. Beauty there with the forehand top spin. Overhits the ball. This is anybody's will, 5 points apiece.
Well played there from England to bring it back. 4-2 down, now 5-all. Paul with 2 serves.
Going for the backhand side spin return. A lot of use of the wrist. New technique, Will, that players have adopted recently, returning with the backhand.
Such a popular shot now and so effective. So much spin on the ball.
Joy! 4-2 down England, 7-5 up. Moving towards the business end of this 4th game. Remember, England 2-0 down in games.
This would be a really, really good comeback if Walker and Drinkwood could take this to a 5th set.
Interesting, in the rally, he's actually opting to use his backhand some of the times, and I think maybe he could step round and play the forehand. He's obviously very happy playing the backhand top spin, very comfortable. Second serve for Brazil. 7-6 for England. Elden's ground. Played that from a pretty cramped position, as we see on the replay. And just move his upper body out the way. Improvises well. 8-6, Walker with his 2 serves. A long, fast push.
Well played there from England. Tactically, really, really good. Good deception. Went into maybe looked like he was going to touch the ball and then pushed it long. Forced the error.
Let 9-6.
Great turnaround by Walker and Drinkle. 4-2 down, 10-6 up.
I think we could be on our way to a 5th, Don.
Looking that way. The Sumoy backhand there saves 1 game point, but England still with 3 game points to go. Good experience there from Drinkle, just slowing it down. Taking his time. And what a flick. Looked like he was going to push it suddenly. Changed his angle, made the flick. And there's the England flag. I think they're happy. 2-0 down, 2 apiece. The English crowd can sense a victory here. Will, can they do it? What do you think? 5th game.
I don't see why not, Don. If you've got the passion of the man in the crowd there, anything's possible. They are loving it here in the copper box. And it is a sensational comeback from the boys. Look at the first two sets, 11-5, 11-7 to the Brazilians. They've answered back with an 11-4 and 11-7 to themselves. It's been a sensational comeback here from England.
So well done, England.
Sometimes if you let them play like this, really well.
I think now we're dominating them short. But then when we're doing that, it's sometimes going on.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think when Paul plays out to Suboi, when Suboi plays out, I've got to be there.
Because he played
English coach in action.
Come on, keep it aggressive. Come on now, let's go. Come do now.
This brings me back to my commentary in Rio, Will, when a certain Will Bailey was in the final at the Paralympics playing Israel Stroll, the Brazilian player, in front of probably 5,000 screaming Brazilian supporters. There was 5 of your teammates and me in the commentary box cheering you on. You lost to him in the groups, and then you came back and, well, it's history now, but you must have been so thrilled to take that title.
Amazing.
Game,
You know,
England
probably
to serve.
one of the best days of my life, and a day I'll never forget. But I definitely need to improve my celebration if I do the same in Tokyo.
1-0.
I got very excited in the commentary, and I sort of took my eyes off the table, and then I turned around, you're walking across the table, only to be showed the red card and then to hug the referee for... I don't think you knew what you were doing.
No, you live and you learn. It's great to see these boys doing the business at the copper box now, though. I'm really enjoying this match. 2-0 down to 2-all, and now 2-0 up in this set. Fantastic stuff.
The start in this 5th and final game, so important, and England have taken the first 2 points. Heavy backspin over due to serve there. Fast accelerating wrist, cutting underneath the ball, imparting heavy backspin. Not quite able to capitalise. Of course, remember when the first pair makes 5 points, we will change ends and we will change the playing order. So this is the order whereby, as you can clearly see, Sam Walker serving to Gustavo Suboi. And then as we change, Sam Walker will be playing to Eric Juti. That's a good backhand hit by Paul Drinker.
Suboi moved before the serve, was definitely going to come in and backhand flick that and take a risk. Go for it. Didn't pay off there.
Good tight serve from Sam Walker. Be a big psychological advantage if they can take the next point. Change ends at 5-2 up. Suboi with the service.
Let 2-4.
Service. And they've done it. They've taken the...
This is a remarkable comeback. It really is. You've got to give them so much credit for this. Fans are loving it here. Really getting into it. It's great to see. So many happy faces enjoying the table tennis.
So as you can see on the screen, the players have changed ends. And it's now Suboi to Max Walker. To Sam Walker, sorry.
2-5.
Signal there. So both players know what the service is going to be.
Let 2-5.
If it's long, I'm sure Walker will look to topspin. I suspect we're going to see a short serve, but let's wait and see.
You called it, Don.
3.
Easy there with a good backhand topspin.
think the England boys just need to keep going, keep doing the same things that they've been doing for the last 2.5 sets. Don't change now.
Well-placed forehand topspin. Again, England, the first pair to get in with a strong topspin. Paul Drinkle down the line with that forehand. And you can see the delight of the two players. 6-3, Walker with his second serve. They're just going for a lot of side spin on that ball. Brazil, who were dominating the rally, and then they're taking on that side spin.
Nervous faces there in the crowd. They know how important these next few points are going to be in this match.
Oh, he's overhit the forehand topspin. Beauty. England bench on their feet.
Great team spirit in this England team. Great togetherness, so important for team morale and for performance. It affects everything.
And Suboy going for the topspin down the line. It was a very difficult angle. Very ambitious shot, but he can see Walker out of position there. He goes for the space. Good tactics from Walker, actually. Challenging him to go down the line. He takes on the challenge and misses Suboy.
So Suboy's just been forcing it a little bit in this last set, I've noticed. Just trying a bit too hard maybe to get over the line.
And what a turnaround. 2-0 down. We said very few pairs come back from 2-0 down. Look at that. Oh, he's loving it. He's loving it. And so are we all. It's not quite over yet, but it's looking good, that's for sure.
5-9.
9-5.
So if he hasn't got excited too early there.
Very pleasant gift from an England point of view. 5 match points. And it's over. What a comeback. 2 games to 0 down. They win 3 games to 2. You can see the delight of the crowd. And now what we could see where is the crowd now. Spirits have been lifted, and they'll get behind the English players now as we go to the 4 individual matches.
This is great to see, and I think Liam coming up will be absolutely buzzing to get on the table, Don, because the atmosphere here is incredible after that victory. It's really set up now for a fantastic game between 2 really, really exciting players.
Sam Walker played a blinder.
The boy from Worksop did good. Sam Walker. Northern lad. Played Sheffield League a few years ago with me. Great player.
Confirmation of the final score in the first match. Great win for England. And now we go to match number 2, as you can see on the scorecard there. Liam Pitchford of England against Hugo Calderano. Calderano, a young player who's just made massive improvements over the last 2-3 years. Pitchford there having a great tournament. Started off in the match against Japan. He beat Harimoto, the 14-15-year-old Japanese sensation who's just set the world on fire with his results. He didn't set the world on fire when he played Liam Pitchford. He was in great form. And then in the match against Egypt. Pitchford again won his encounter. He's played 3 games, he's won 2. Koki Niwa took him out, one of the top 10 players in the world from Japan. So these 2 players now will have a short practice. Calderano at the top of the screen in the black shirt. There he is, right-handed topspin player, 21 years of age, world ranked at number 16. Played obviously in the Olympics in Rio. And that was a tough test. It was his home crowd. He made the last 16. That was a really good performance. He made history in the year 2014. The first Olympic medal ever in South America for table tennis. He won a bronze medal in the boys singles at the 2014 Youth Olympics. So put his marker down quite a few years ago that he was going to be a very exciting prospect. And there's Pitchford playing outstanding table tennis. He played unbelievable table tennis in 2016 in Kuala Lumpur in the World Team Championships. Some amazing victories. Of course, he was joined in that team by Paul Drinkle and Sam Walker, who we've just seen in action. Liam is currently ranked at 85. He's 24 years of age. Hit the last 16 of the Polish Open recently. But I think yesterday and today he's shown better form than I've seen for a long time. I don't know what you think, Will.
Yeah, I think this game is set up to be one of the games of the week here, potentially. These 2 guys, when they're at full flow, just a pleasure and a joy to watch. Watch out for Liam's backhand, because at the moment it is on absolute fire. I can't wait to see it tonight against Hugo Calderano, one of the form players in the world, as you mentioned, Don. This is going to be an absolutely epic encounter.
And so Pitchford will serve at the start. It's the best of 5 games, as always. And straight away, interesting tactically, well, you see Calderano came right across the table to the forehand side to play his backhand. Good start from Pitchford. It looks as though he's made his mind up. I've got to be positive here. I've got to get in with the topspin. That's exactly what he did there.
For one, Don, I think Liam can rise to the occasion. Against better players, I think Liam actually plays better when he's got no pressure under him. He's just going to go for it here, and I fancy him.
3, 1.
Both players getting really tight over the net. Very difficult for their opponent to get in. High skill level required to have that level of touch. Topspin to forehand, topspin Calderano coming out on top.
Don, I can tell already this is going to be a great game. This is going to be a good one. Just got that feeling, and I've got the feeling in the air with the crowd and everything. The atmosphere's picking up. The players are playing well, both of them. This is going to be a great game.
3 points apiece. First game. That first backhand on the diagonal was a rocket, and then we had a super missile going down the line. Just look at that, right in the corner, perfect placement. Calderano didn't even make an attempt to get it. And my co-commentator jumping up and down in his seat.
I told you, Don, I said it was going to be a good one, and it's going to be a great one. This is set up for an absolute classic. I'm telling you here and now, this is going to be a great game.
Well done, Pitchford. 5-3. What improvisation there. Great rally, and suddenly a side spin backhand chop from Pitchford.
Such a hard shot to play, but you can see already both players are playing so well. It's so enjoyable to watch these two go at it now.
Oh, what a backhand from Calderano. A look of determination, of fury, fire fiery look of determination on the Brazilian's face. Very popular young man around the world, but obviously incredibly popular in Brazil. Alan Cook in the middle of the screen there. Appointed head coach to the men's team. To the both teams, I should say. He's sort of sitting above both the coaches in the structure. Former Commonwealth and English champion. Great player, great ambassador. He'll be delighted to see this. Pickford playing tremendous table tennis. 8-4. Don, looking good.
Don, you've been commentating for years and years and years and years and decades on table tennis. You know everything there is to know about table tennis. Liam Pitchford's backhand off the bounce. How good is that shot in world table tennis? To me, it looks world class.
Well, there aren't many better, are there? That's for sure. When he's, I think you summed him up well when you said he's best when he's playing better players. He rises to the occasion. Just look at that. That's tremendous stuff. And if he's got an Achilles heel, it's when he plays somebody 10 places below him on the ranking list. A little bit more pressure then. I think he puts pressure on himself. But ability-wise, just amazing. He's now leading by 10 points to 4-6 game points, and he converts it at the first time of asking. Pitchford takes the first game 11-4, and remember, he is playing the world's number 16, some 70 places above him on the world ranking list. That's how good that was, Will.
I can't tell you how good that was. Hugo Calderano did not do a lot wrong in that set, I don't believe. I think Liam Pitchford was just extraordinary. You have to give him so much credit. Some of those shots were just so hard to play. I mean, Don, was that one of the best sets you've seen Liam Pitchford play in his career? He
played some amazing table tennis in Kuala Lumpur, and for England to get a bronze medal at the World Championships in the team event was an amazing performance. But that was one of his best games I've seen, for sure. I guess the question we're asking is, can he keep that up for 3 games? If he keeps that up for 3 games, he's going to lose to Norway. The winner of this, of course, will play China tomorrow, and I'd love to see him play that well against the Chinese. That would be interesting. So the players now making their way back out to the table. Can Pitchford keep the momentum going? He's just played 5 minutes of absolutely world-class table tennis.
Second game.
As you said, the difference between Liam and the Chinese is the Chinese can keep that table tennis up for 4 games in a row, you know, if they need to. So Liam needs to prove that and show that he can do it.
Good placed forehand topspin from Calderano there into the body of Pitchford. He actually hit him on the chest. Good forehand topspin, good placement. A lot of people, as soon as they get an opportunity, they topspin, they go on the diagonal. It becomes predictable. Pitchford spraying the ball around the table, keeping his opponent guessing. Throwing his arm at the ball, but having an amazing amount of control.
It's just in the zone, I think, Don. I think playing so freely, so much confidence. I felt like he could have played that down the line if he wanted to, you know. He's just in the zone.
2-all.
Good block down the line as well. I think he came down a bit on the ball, didn't he? A little bit of backspin, maybe.
Yeah, it was almost like a side spin block. It was an incredible shot.
So, again, he lost a point, but what a good positive rally from Pitchford.
3-2.
Taking that backhand very early, but he's placing it so well, and he is our #1 fan. There he is. Lead member, I think he's the founder of the English fan club here at the Copper Box Arena.
Should be a mascot for the England team. Best fan, sure. What's happened here?
Yeah, change the ball. It's interesting, though, a little bit of talk about the plastic ball. Of course, we're now playing with a plastic ball. It used to be a celluloid ball. It changed not that long ago. How do you find it playing with the plastic ball?
I really like it, but you know, they do tend to break more. Hence the reason why I think we've changed the ball here. Always. Yeah, it sometimes splits a bit easier. If you hit the top edge, it's usually a broken ball nowadays.
A little bit of deception with the direction. It looked like it was going to go on the diagonal. Last minute adjustment of the racket. It went down the line into the Calderano backhand. 5-3.
This is a sensational game from Liam again. I'm just looking at the fans, the people watching this. They've just got big smiles on their faces because they're enjoying the table tennis that Liam Pitchford's playing. He's putting smiles on everyone's faces here.
It's interesting as well. You mustn't forget Calderano, top 20 in the world, is playing great table tennis here. He won 2 against Hong Kong. He's the reason Brazil are in this quarterfinal. Well, not just him, but he's played the dominant role in the Brazilian team, playing 2 singles in both the matches so far. They beat the USA and they beat Hong Kong, China, I should say.
That's what I'm saying, Don. I think on paper, Calderano would be big favourite on paper, but here Liam has come in and he showed us what we all know he's capable of.
Tremendous play. This is powerful on both wings. And here comes the backhand. Free swing, totally relaxed. And then he comes across the inside of the ball to fade it out wide.
All these shots are so technically difficult, such hard shots to play, but Liam is making them look so easy here.
They're showing how dangerous he still is. If he gets in with that first strong topspin, difficult to contain. Well-guided flick into the body, Calderano. Keeps getting in with that first strong topspin. Keeps putting the pressure on Calderano. Second serve. It's a big point now. He's got 4 game points. Calderano has the service, but it's going to be tough for Calderano now to come back. 4 consecutive points against the Pitchford in this form. What a forehand topspin on the return. Well, we asked could he keep it going for another 2 games. He's done it for 1 game.
It's fantastic stuff, Don. I think to keep this pressure on, for 2 sets in a row, to keep this level up for 2 games in a row is incredible. Liam, can he do it for another one though? That's the key. It's it's best of 5. It's not first to 2 here. He needs to go again. Hugo Calderano is one of the best players in the world. He's one of the form players in the world. He'll believe he can come back and win this game in 5. So Liam's still got it all to do out here. He's still got to keep the pressure on and keep playing this level. Otherwise, Hugo will come back.
And let's not forget the doubles that we've just watched. Brazil led by 2-0. England came back and took the next 3. So we've just seen a fine example of a 2-0 lead disappear. So, but you wouldn't swap his position, that's for sure, at this point in time. And when you look at the scores, 4 and 6, that's pretty impressive against an in-form Hugo Calderano, 16 in the world.
I think the most impressive thing was the first set when Hugo Calderano was playing full of confidence and lost the game 11-4. I mean, it's... And then in the second set, maybe he made a few unforced errors because he felt so much pressure of Liam, you know, playing so well.
So if you'd have had a chance there to talk to Liam Pitchford in between the games, would you sort of... there's two things going through my mind. Number one, it's the psychological side. He has to keep this momentum going. I'm not too sure about the tactics because he's just playing that well. But I think I'd have been stressing he's got to get in and get in with keep getting in with that strong topspin. But keep the momentum going. I don't know what you think, Will.
Exactly. I'd be saying, you know, keep the pressure on, keep playing the way you're playing. I think Liam, to be honest, when he's in the zone like this, it's natural to him, the tactics. He's just playing the way he's flowing at the moment. And but he's got to keep it going. He's got to stay so focused, otherwise Hugo will come back into this game, that's for sure. But Hugo's forcing it a little bit, I believe now. I think he's feeling a bit of pressure of Liam because Liam's playing so well.
Again, he just got that little bit of side spin with the wrist on that backhand return. I've heard all sorts of descriptions. Some players describe it as the banana backhand because you're going around the ball in the shape of a banana. But whatever you want to call it, it's incredibly effective.
This is an incredible game, isn't it? You've got Liam here. 4-1, Don. Can you believe it?
Well, I can believe the Brazilian coach has called timeout because that's the only way he can stop Liam at this point in time. Let's stop the game. Let's have a break. So good call by the Brazilian coach. There he is on the right of the screen. He's up against a whirlwind. Not sure what the Brazilian coach will be saying here, Will. What would you be saying?
I'm not sure. We're going to have a look at this serve now. Big high toss from Hugo Calderano.
The ball's coming down just a little bit faster, obviously, because you throw it up higher, and then you can get a little bit more variation.
I mean, the coach of Hugo Calderano. Look at Hugo here, taking time, taking his towel, taking the full minute there. He's trying to use some of his experience. He is a young man, but he's highly experienced. And I think he's just got to try and slow the game down as much as he can. You can see here, walking to the table slowly, making Liam wait, trying to upset that rhythm.
Pitchford service. I have to say, I'd like you to have a look when it's the next two serves from Pitchford. How low Calderano gets when he's returning the service. Of all the players I've seen anybody get quite as low. But then he does come up for the actual return. But very interesting to get your thoughts. Let's wait until we can see the Pitchford serve again. Return just a little bit too safe there from Pitchford. Mid-table, slightly high. We'll see on the... There it is, mid-table, and Calderano's in. It just caught the top of the net, which didn't help the Pitchford response. On their feet, sensing victory here. Just look how low he gets now. There he goes, down he goes. He's almost underneath the table. It's a very unusual technique, isn't it?
It's very unusual. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe he thinks he can sort of pop out of that position into a more, you know, getting his attacking shots in there really well. He's such an athlete, Hugo Calderano. I've watched him in some of his videos online. Works a lot in the gym. He's got so much leg power, so much speed across the floor, and maybe that's just a position where he feels, you know, almost like a sprinter in the starting block, where he can push off both sides.
That's a big point for Pitchford. Calderano just taking 2 points against the serve. Certainly likes the high toss serve. That's a bonus with Pickford away from the table, throwing the ball up in the air. You'd normally give him a 1 in 5, 6 chance of winning the point. And he does, he takes it against the odds.
You got to say, you can do no wrong in this game. It seems everything that he's touching is turning to gold. There again with that lob right on the line.
Sorry.
Counter topspin from Pickford. Throwing caution to the wind. A little bit of good fortune with the netball, but absolutely unstoppable. 9-4 in the lead. Still has to be careful because we're all nervous from an English point of view that Calderón is such a good player. He can still come back. He has to make these 2 points, does Calderón, in my opinion. These 2 points with his serve.
6-9.
Just has to be brave. Be positive, just continue, Will, as you said, to play the way that you've been playing.
Yeah, Pitchford's just got to try and keep the pressure on Hugo Calderón. He'll want a cheat point here. He'll want to get away with a quick, maybe a service receive error from Pitchford.
Oh, well done, Pitch. 9-7, I'd have been tempted for a timeout if I was the England bench, but now 10-6, let's keep it going. Match point, and indeed, a game point. This should be it now, he's got him where he wants him. And he's done it! Can you believe it? And the scores are just phenomenal. 11-4, 11-6, 11-6. He's trying not to smile there, Liam Pickford, but smile, Liam, because you deserve it. That was a fantastic performance, Will.
He's just blown me away there, Don. I'll tell you what, that was incredible. Liam, take a bow in front of your audience. He's a hero here at the cop box, and there he goes, punches the air. That meant the world to him. That was an incredible performance, Don. I'm lost for words, really. It was exceptional throughout.
And again, I think a good question for you, Will. How much of that was down to the doubles as well? You know, you're 2-0 down, you're 2 games to 0 down. You think you're going 1. Pitchford's coming on with 1-0 down. He's playing the number 16 in the world. He's ranked number 85. All of a sudden, you know, Drinkle and Walker come back, win it, and then I just think the psychology of the game changes, doesn't it? It's amazing what can affect it.
You're spot on, Don. I mean, I've been in a lot of team event performance, games. If the doubles wins, you're buzzing and you can't wait to get out there and to go 2-0 up. You want to get out there, and if you lose, you're feeling a bit down and you're going into the match, not in the best mental state. Liam, I said after the doubles, the crowd really got up. It was an amazing comeback from Walker and Drinkle, and it affected the crowd, and they got really up for Liam, and they got really behind him, and it changed the whole match. And Liam came out right from the start and, blew Calderón away.
So we go to the third game, or the third match, I should say. Remember, it's the best of 5 matches, each match the best of 5 games. The overall match, the winners, is the first team to win 3 matches. So England now 2 matches to 0 in the lead, 1 more match to be won. And it's Paul Drinkle going out representing England, and his opponent, Gustavo Suboy. Of course, these two met in the doubles. Left-handed Suboy, 32 years of age, currently ranked at number 66, but there on the screen, England's big hope, Paul Drinkle. Paul is 28 years of age, currently ranked at number 31, right-handed topspin player. Won the Spanish Open back in 2014, had a great European Games in 2015, finished 4th in Baku. Former European junior champion, and Will, as you know, that's a tough title to win. All the best 18-year-olds in Europe play every year, and it was Drinkle who won it a few years ago now, but a great title had to have under your belt. He's made 11 appearances at World Championships, season campaign, 2 Olympics, but there's his opponent. Gustavo Suboy. Suboy won the Pan Am Cup last year. Made the last 16 of the Men's World Cup again last year. And was a semi-finalist in the Brazilian Open. I think we saw in the doubles that he's very happy on both wings. He was playing backhands quite steadily. So an interesting tactic here will be the left-hander playing the right-hander and how that pans out. Paul was a little disappointing in the match against Egypt. He played the third singles, or sorry, the third match. And he went down, didn't play nowhere near as well as he can, but he's such a seasoned campaigner, such an experience, and he's so passionate about doing well for England that we'll see a completely different performance, I'm pretty sure here. The England girls there looking on, they'll be delighted. And there's our umpire in charge. How do you see this, Will?
Well, I think that the momentum's with the England boys. I think that's so, you know, the last couple of matches that we've just seen, the doubles, and then Liam against Hugo Calderano. You know, Paul will be buzzing to get out there and to, you know, he had a bad defeat earlier today, and I think he'll be really hungry to put on a performance here in front of, you know, a packed house at the Copper Box.
Here we go, Suboy, Brazil to serve at the start of the first game. So the England fans will be getting behind Paul Drinkle. They know he has the talent to pull this off. There's no question about that. Can he find the form that we all know he's capable of? Currently the national champion of England, and a title he will defend in this very hall next weekend. If there's anybody watching who's enjoying the table tennis, we're at the Copper Box Arena. We're in the heart of Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park. You can come down here and watch some live table tennis. All the top players in England in action. Well worth a visit.
Really good start here from Paul. Getting his shots and getting that top spin in first. Putting the Brazilian under pressure early on in this match.
Service error from Gustavo Suboy. And it's just incredible how after 2 games the momentum was with Brazil, and we're thinking 3-0 in the doubles and tough game for Pitchford, and then we get our heads down a little bit. The doubles turn around. Look at this now. Paul Drinkle, just a great start.
Such a mental game, you know. We were thinking it was, you know, it could be potentially a disaster for the English boys, you know, in the doubles, maybe losing 3-0, and then Calderano against Pitch, and you think, you know, it's an uphill battle. But now you can see the Brazilian heads have dropped off, I believe, Don, and I think they really are struggling here.
Things can change very quickly, but at the moment there's no doubt the momentum massively with England. Suboy's just seen the #1 player, you know, a close personal friend, someone he knows is a great player, but actually, in fairness, Calderano went down pretty convincingly, 11-4, 11-6, 11-6, and that must take the wind out your sails when you see your #1 player go down like that.
That's definitely going to hurt you. Know, these guys probably train together, practice together. You've seen one of your best players, well, the best player in the country, go down heavily to Liam Pitchford. And now Paul is really turning it on here, enjoying himself.
Good flick by Suboy. Top of the bounce, hit through the ball. The Brazilian coach there. How things have changed in the last half hour for him. Brazil heading to their first ever semi-final, potentially looking good in the doubles. And now it's suddenly turned around.
As you say, Don, it's been a real team effort from England so far. The doubles, Sam Walker was superb in the doubles as well. And then Liam came out, and Paul now trying to finish the job. It's been a real team effort. And the bench, you know, they play a role as well, getting behind these boys.
Has to keep the pressure on Paul. He has a tendency sometimes to do a lot of hard work, get himself in a great position, and just take his foot off the gas. Just need to finish it off. Couple more points. 8-4. Cook there on the right of the screen looking on. He'll be absolutely delighted. He was the coach in charge of the team in Kuala Lumpur in 2016 when they won a bronze medal. Paul Drinkle played a key role in that team, as indeed did Liam Pitchford and Sam Walker. And now England staring down the barrel of a semi-final place here at the ITTF Team World Cup. They've only done it once before. That was the first ever Team World Cup back in 1990 in Japan. Well played, Paul. Some great retrieving by Suboi there.
Brilliant stuff from Paul here as well. Oh, just opened his wrist up out there, put a bit of side spin on the ball to take it away from Suboi. Superb start from Paul in this first game, first set.
Drinkle now with his second serve leads 9-6. Get in with that first strong topspin. He needs a positive return service now. Do something with the ball. And try and be the first one to get in with that strong topspin. Suboi clawing his way back into this first game. That's a great serve.
Fantastic serve. Just, going in like he's going to do a short serve and then forcing it out long. Really, really skillful shot. Key point in the match as well now. 8-9. He's come back yet, Brazilian.
Get in with that first strong topspin. But funny enough, the best shot from Drinkle there is that one, where he just touched it very delicately over the net, set up the high ball from Suboi, and Drinkle put it away with the world-class forehand topspin. 2 game points for England.
He looks really confident, Paul, though. He looks like he's enjoying this out here.
Takes the first game, a slight stutter at the end from England's Paul Drinkle, but he hangs on in there, takes the first game 11-8. The players now go back to their respective corners. There it is. The all-important 11th point for Paul Drinkle, confirmation, 11-8. And apart from a slight hiccup at the end, Will, I thought that was a pretty solid performance from Paul Drinkle.
Yeah, really good start from Paul there.
Touch.
Yeah.
You play a little slower.
Yeah.
Keep it going now, keep pressuring these Brazilian guys, because the body language in that Brazilian corner right now is not the best. I think they know England are on top of them here. England just need to find a way of finishing this game. Paul's enjoying it. Paul's enjoying being out there. I saw a little smile on his face when he's hitting the balls. He's hitting the ball so sweetly. So much confidence flowing throughout the whole team. It's great to see, Don.
Keep going. Come on, surely.
Second game,
And the
England
players
to
now
serve.
back out at the table. The England coach, a former Swedish coach, Marcus Soyberg, will be absolutely delighted.
1-0.
Interesting, Will, England now with 2 Swedish coaches coaching the women's team, Marcus Gustafsson, and coaching the ladies' team, Marcus Soyberg. The two Marcuses in charge.
Well, Sweden, they've got such a great record in the world, you know, going back the history of table tennis, so many great Swedish players. So yeah, they're obviously doing a good job with this England men's and women's team. Here at the Copper Box, they've both impressed me this week so far.
Slipped a little bit there. Not sure if the floor's a little bit wet. Sometimes when sweat drops off a player, it goes on the floor.
Yeah.
Did you see there his left foot, wasn't it, that just went? Just making sure his feet aren't wet there, just dabbing them on top of each other. He did the right thing there. He gambled, he went round the backhand to play his forehand. We'll see that on the replay. Watch him, here he goes. Gives himself a chance. I think that was a thick edge. The ball stayed low. Probably just caught the edge of the table rather than getting a solid bounce. Interesting technique there from Silva. He's sort of flat hitting that backhand, isn't he? And the England staff there up on the bench.
Very heavy topspin from Paul. Such a powerful player when he gets going. His legs so strong naturally. Really, really powerful guy.
Right smile there from Marcus Soyberg. He knows his team have got a little bit more to do. But it's certainly looking good for England. 2-0. 2 matches to 0 in the lead, and Paul Drinkle 1-0 up and 4-2 up in the second game. Service error. It's all going wrong for Brazil, Will.
Yeah, it's going to happen. You know, as I said earlier, it's a mental game. It just seems to be getting to Suboy. I thought it did in the doubles, actually. I thought he started to force the ball a little bit, and now it's carried on to the singles here. Sometimes when you're behind and when you know you're just forcing it and you're almost trying too hard, you know, to do something, and I think he is at the moment just trying too hard.
Second serve coming up for Paul. 6-3. Great return serve by Suboy there. The long push on the diagonal. Took it quite early. Good wrist into the ball. Just have a look at that there. Very deep into the Drinkle backhand.
Lots and lots of backspin on the ball. Actually moved his finger into a different position there so he could accelerate the wrist even more to make even more backspin on that push. Incredible shot.
Oh my goodness, what another incredible shot from Suboy. I thought Drinkle had clinched the point there. There's the one I thought was the winner. Not only did he get across, he was able to angle the ball out wide to the Drinkle backhand. A 1-point lead for England.
It's good to see from Suboy. You've got to give him credit. He looked like he was down and out when he served off at 4-2, and now he's fighting back. Real fighting spirit from the Brazilian.
Relentless top spins from Paul Drinkle, pinning Suboy down on the backhand side, forcing him to block with that backhand. Here we go, first one, second one goes down the same place. Through to perhaps a fraction higher. Good variation.
7-5.
Drinkle now with his 2 serves. It'll be wonderful time for Drinkle to take 2 points from an England point of view. Interesting tactics there. Took the pressure off, soft block. took on the counter topspin Paul Drinkle.
Serve there from Paul. Mixing up short and long serves. Catching out of the Brazilian again there. Well on top in this second set now. I want to finish it off as soon as he can.
Second serve for Suboy. Nice bonus if Drinkle can take this one. Good angle out wide to the Suboy forehand. And now Drinkle 4 game points, 2 serves to come. This would put England in a very, very strong position.
Solid performance so far from Paul.
First time of asking, the heavy backspin on the Drinkle service does the business. And Paul Drinkle wins the second game, 11 points to 6. England lead by 2 games to 0. 1 game away, Will, from a place in the semi-final. What a performance that would be by the England team.
What a team performance from all the boys. I'm really proud of them. You know, it's great to see they've had some amazing support as well from the fans here at the Copper Box, and they deserve it. They work so hard and they're all such nice guys. I was speaking to them before the match against Japan yesterday and today against the match here against Brazil, and they were really looking forward to it. All such nice guys, always happy to talk to me and to let them know their feelings and their thoughts on the game. And I really hope that they can do it, and I'm excited to potentially see them tomorrow play against China.
Mas o principal, você tem que ir pra lá e lutar como cachorro até o final.
So just to confirm the situation, it's the best of 5 matches. First team to win 3 matches goes through to the semi-final tomorrow. England have won 2 of matches so far, and they lead by 2 games to 0 in the 3rd match. So they're 1 game away now from a place in the semi-final. And Suboy has to win 3 consecutive games now if he's to win this 3rd match. We saw it happen in the doubles first match of this quarter-final. And Brazil will be hoping to see it again. England, of course, hoping that Drinkle can win, ideally, this next game.
Paul's playing so well, I just don't see it happening here, but anything's possible in sport.
Checks to the side spins, and I think we can call that a freakish point.
That was a very strange point. We've seen that in a Division 2 local league a few times, that kind of point. Don't see it very often at this level. A few chops, usually both players at this level so powerful. Try and get in first, get the first top spin in. There you go.
Straight back on the mark, Paul Drinkle. Marcus Soyberg, the England coach, will be getting a little bit nervous. He knows they're almost there, but not quite. And it's that not quite that'll be worrying him a little bit.
This England team keep putting in great performances, though. It was like, you know, in the World Champs when they got that 3rd place finish, it was a huge surprise. But might be a time when they come to expect to challenge the likes of Japan. You know, yesterday I didn't think they were outclassed against Japan, and they just seem to be always improving as a team. What do you think about that, Don?
I totally agree. I was out there in Kuala Lumpur. I watched them beat Germany in the group. and they beat France in the group. They then had a match against... The match against France was in the equivalent of the quarter-final. They then played Japan in the semi-final, and it could have gone either way. And I agree, the first match here against Japan, it was close. Koki Niwa had a great game with Liam Pitchford. The doubles could have gone either way. Instead of one each, it was 2 to Japan. So I think England are right up there. When they're on song, they're right up there with the best teams in the world. No question about that.
1-5.
Just trailing 2-5 in this set. Started a bit slowly here. In this set. Now 6-2 to the Brazilian. Liam just motivating from the side. So important to have your team behind you in this sort of situation.
Let 6-2.
So this third game slipping away from Paul Drinkle. Gustavo Suboy showing a lot of character, fighting for every point.
Let 7-2.
Great backhand from Drinkle on the diagonal.
Paul will love to pull this back and try and win it here, 3-0.
He has his 2 serves now. Getting behind the serve, Paul, and there's every chance he can win the next 2 points. That was a good return from Suboy there. He took the initiative. Paul clawed his way back into the rally. Every credit to Drinkle. That was a clever placement. That forehand down the line. At this point, Drinkle will just put a bit of pressure on Suboy then when he has his 2 serves to come.
Let 4-7.
One serve. Brave tactics from Paul Drinkle.
Pulled this set back really well here, Paul.
I'm out.
Timeout called by the Brazilian coach. For exactly the reason you just said then, Will. He's clawed his way back into it. The momentum's with him. So the Brazilian player and coach, let's break that momentum. Let's take our 1-minute timeout. Sensible call, I think, by the Brazilian coach.
Yeah, I think it had to be done. Paul getting rewarded really for working himself back into this game, back into this set. And you know, the Brazilian's used his timeout now, so if he does win this set, then he can't have another timeout for the rest of the match. So it's paid off for Paul, this comeback. Even if he doesn't win this set, that's still a bit of a mini win there.
Each player has 1 timeout, as Will was saying there. Of course, now England have the advantage of a timeout up their sleeve, so to speak. 7-5. Suboy with his 2 serves to come. Suboy there doing just what the Brazilian coach probably told him. Get in strong behind the service. Francisco Armas is the coach for the Brazilian team. Done a sterling job here. Great win against Hong Kong. Great to be in the quarterfinals.
5-1.
And he's just called a successful timeout. Suboy now 9-5 in the lead. Good flick, top of the bounce, straight through the back of the ball. Good wrist action.
Beautiful shot this from Paul. Plays it so well. Consistently as well.
Let 6-9.
Still want to make Suboy work for this set, Paul. Such an experienced player.
9-7.
Coming across the forehand side to return with the backhand, using that extra bit of wrist that technique allows. But he makes an error. And so 9-7, Suboy now certainly needs one of these two. He'll be facing the Drinkle serve at the business end of this third game. Again, that rocket forehand serve. Ever such a good serve. Looks as though it's going to be a short serve. Last minute, bang, he hits the back of the ball.
I have a feeling Paul was saying that he couldn't actually see the ball. I think he had a word with the coach afterwards saying that maybe he thought Suboy was hiding the serve there. It's always hard to tell, isn't it, Don, from here whether you can see the ball or not, whether it's hidden.
Oh, what a shot by Paul Drinkle, wow. But interesting point, Will, because of course left-hander playing a right-hander, the left-hander serving, you're actually stood in line with him as opposed to on the diagonal looking at him. So it really is a difficult call for the umpire, but what a forehand topspin that was.
That was an incredible shot. Moving away with side spin as well. Brilliant stuff from Drinkle.
8-10.
So just gives himself a little bit of a lifeline here. He's got his serves. Can he make these 2 points with the service? Heavy backspin pushed into the net by Suboy. Two game points saved, one remains. Will it be third time lucky for Gustavo Suboy? Sorry, not third time looking for Suboy. It's 3 consecutive game points saved by England's Paul Drinkle. Just hits the top edge of his racket there, flies off the end.
Great stuff there from Paul.
Alternate serving. First player to win 2 clear points. Serve just wasn't quite tight enough. Suboy dominated the rally from the first shot. See Paul there away from the table, doing well, retrieving well, but it's always difficult when you're that far away from the table to get back into the rally. So 4th game point for Brazil. Drinkle with the service. Oh my goodness. What a shot. Not surprised, this England coach from Sweden. He's smiling.
I'm not sure how he did that. That was an incredible shot from Paul. Hit right into his body. It was such a good receive from Suboy. Still managed to play the forehand down the line. Incredible stuff from Paul.
Suboy. But again, Paul Drinkle with the advantage of his service. A good backhand by Suboy, holding his ground. You can see how much it means to him. He's fighting for every point. Getting the crowd going, getting them behind him. He's saved 5 game points. Great stuff, Paul. Full of admiration, though, for Gustavo Suboy. He's just fighting, giving it 100%. Brazil are 2 matches to 0 down. He's 2 games to 0 down. Doesn't matter. It's the next point that counts. Gutsy performance. Keep saving match points. This is the 6th, Will.
I think he's got to take this one, Suboy, otherwise it's just going to affect him mentally. I still feel he is forcing it a little bit when it comes to his match points. I think he's just trying too hard to win the point, and I think he's got to take this one, otherwise I think Paul will capitalise.
6th game point.
Be interested to see how he receives here.
Oh, he receives with a net cord. Perfect receive. A little bit of good fortune for Gustavo Suboy. But Paul almost got to the ball there. Full stretch, Drinkle. Couldn't quite get it back. Apology there from Gustavo Suboy. He takes the 3rd game, 14 points to 12. Drinkle there just a little bit slow out of the tracks, Will, at the start of that game. Got himself 4 or 5 points behind, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a really slow start, and I expect him to come out of the blocks now in this 4th game, and I expect him to get on top early. But Suboy, I've got not, as you were saying earlier, Don, he's shown some great fighting spirit here. 2-0 down in the match. 2-0 down in his own match as well. I mean, he's fighting for Brazil, and I've got nothing but admiration for him. He's really, really put in a great performance here and showing here at the Copper Box. And I think, you know, his coach can be nothing but proud of that. I think there is some kind of issue here with Suboy.
He's just leaving the court. Looks, think he may be changing a shirt.
Important for Paul now to stay warm, keep his composure as well.
So the Brazilian player, we've just been informed, is taking a toilet break. Don't often see that. Players are pretty dehydrated out there because it's so warm, they're sweating so much. We saw Paul Drinkle there drinking quite a bit of water to keep himself hydrated. Such an important part of the game now, the nutritional side, the hydration side. If a player becomes dehydrated, then quite simply, Will, they don't perform as well.
Yeah, it's so important, and Suboy will just be looking to just take his time in the toilet, I think, and just try and... He's just won that set 14-12. Massive set for him to stay in the match, and I think he'll be taking his time trying to gather his thoughts. Paul's got... It's a really important time for Paul that he stays warm, stays, you know, like, you know, on it. And in the zone, so he's ready to go, crack on in that 4th set and try and win it and win 3-1, take the match 3-1. That's what he'll be after. It's important he doesn't just hang around and get cold now, Dom, and then sort of get taken by surprise by Suboy in the 4th.
Do you know, you were saying I've commentated quite a lot. I coached the England team for 10 years at World Championships, and I don't think I've seen a toilet break. Have you seen a toilet break?
I've never seen a toilet break, no. And, you know, it could affect Paul now, couldn't it? You know, he's walking around sort of doing a few stretches and stuff, but he's going to get cold, isn't he?
We have time, yes. That's why someone went...
You're allowed an injury break. You go down with an injury, and then You're allowed to have physio treatment, massage. I've seen that quite a few times. But anyway, toilet break over. And Gustavo Suboy.
Fourth game.
Hopefully feeling a little bit better.
England to serve. Level.
So here we are. We're ready to start the fourth game. Paul Drinkle to serve. He'll be looking for a better start than the one he made in the third game. Got himself 3 or 4 points down early on. But that's a great backhand under down from Suboy. The serve was a little bit bounced quite high. Takes the pace off the ball if it bounces high. It sits up a little bit.
2-0.
It's really good receiver. You can see Paul there just jumping up and down, trying to get warm straight after that point. And I think he does feel a bit cold, and that's definitely affected him slightly. Trying to jump up and down, trying to bounce, trying to get warm could affect him massively.
Good point. Good return of serve. It drifted long. He was in with the topspin, the English ladies team. And above them, on the balcony, the support team, led by head coach Alan Cook, former Commonwealth and English champion. Oh, Paul Drinkle, what a shot. Took the ball early. What a great angle as well.
Starting to look warm now, Don.
But it's a good point you make, Will, because he went over to the umpire, didn't he, during the break, and he sort of quizzed what's happening. He was clearly anxious to get going. But all being well now, Drinkle firing on all cylinders, but Suboy playing really good there, blocking well, containing well. Francisco Armas, the Brazilian coach, on his feet.
Got to credit Suboy here. You know, he was down and out at one point, at 2-0, 4-5-2 down, and you thought he was out of the game. It was game over, but he's shown some incredible character here to hang tough with Paul and to take it, possibly, you know, potentially to a fifth set. 4-2 up in this fourth.
Strong topspin from Suboy. 5-2, Brazil in the lead. Trying to tuck the ball tight over the net. Just don't quite lift the backspin sufficiently. And a 6-2 lead, 2 out of 2 points there with the service. Gustavo Suboy.
It's a funny game, isn't it, Don? Paul seemed so in control of this match. Just about 10 minutes ago.
Took the first 2 games 11-8, 11-6. Came out of the tracks very slow at the start of the third game. Clawed his way back, lost it 14-12. Could have won 3 straight. Just couldn't quite get his nose in front at the end. He faced 6 game points.
7-3.
But at the moment, the momentum massively with Suboy. He's up to the table. Look at him here. He's running round. He's 32 years of age, playing like a youngster.
He's going for it, that's for sure.
Straight away, Paul Drinkle under pressure. Wow, came across the inside of the ball there to give it side spin as well, to take it out even wider. What he has to do, Paul Drinkle, he has to force Suboy away from the table. Don't allow him to stay up, don't allow him to get in with that first strong topspin. Service and the return of serve so important at this level.
Totally agree, Don. When he's positive, when he gets in first, Paul, very hard to stop.
Four, 8.
Got it!
4, 9.
Didn't quite lift the backspin. Paul Drinkle. Good use of the wrist from Suboy, cutting underneath the ball. Ball fizzing with backspin. 9-4, Brazil leads. 6 game points to level this third match at 2 games apiece. First time of asking that long, fast serve. And Suboy takes the 4th game. 11-4. So we just need to get that momentum back.
The whole atmosphere's changed a little bit, hasn't it, in the last 10 minutes? The bench look a little bit down, the English bench, and the Brazilians look quite pumped up for it now. It's just such a sport is fantastic how it can change like this. 11-8, 11-6 to Paul in the first 2 sets, and then turned on its head. 14, 12, 11, 11-6 in that last set.
11-4.
11-4 in that last set. Suboy, you've got to give him an amazing amount of credit for this comeback.
Só cuidado, se você vai fazer esse que sai pouco para virar, ele tem que ir para baixo, para ele tenha que deixar cair, porque senão ele pega para frente e não ganha tempo. Tá bom? Vamos lá. Vai, briga.
So the next match on, if we need the next match, we'll see Liam Pitchford against Eric Duty. Pitchford, of course, has played possibly the game of his life. There's a danger that when you do that, you relax, take the pressure off a little bit, but I'm sure Pitchford's out there now, psyching himself up. He's thinking in his head, I'm going to have to play. He has to think like that.
Crowd here really getting behind Paul, knowing how important this 5th set is for Paul.
5th game, Brazil to serve. Level.
Here we go.
Good start needed, I think, Don.
5th and final game. Suboy to serve. It's a nice present for Paul Drinkle at the start of this deciding game. Just lets the ball drop a little bit too low. Serves it into the top edge of the table.
Let.
Serve.
0-1.
Two net cords. The push from Drinkle caught the top of the net, but then the topspin from Suboy caught the top of the net and literally just trickled over. Paul Drinkle, no chance. 1 point apiece. Great serve, long fast serve into the body, into that area where Suboy wasn't sure whether to play a backhand or a forehand. It looks, Will, to me as though he's making a determined effort to stay up to the table to get in with that first topspin. The crowd are getting behind him, as you said at the beginning. They're trying to lift him.
Playing some incredible stuff, playing some really powerful stuff, as you say, up to the table, taking the game to Suboy, playing the way Paul Drinkle should play.
Top of the net, the drive from Paul Drinkle. Return was just a little bit too high, a little bit mid-table. Bread and butter for Suboy. Of course, the players here will change ends when the first player makes 5 points, as it is the deciding game. So Paul Drinkle with his 2 serves to come. Needs to be brave here, the Englishman. Get in behind his serve, put the Brazilian player under pressure.
Let 3-all.
Going for that long serve quite a lot, trying to follow it up with a forehand, I think, from the backhand side, almost like a set play. Paul.
3-4.
Suboy wasn't exactly waiting for that, but I think he anticipated it well, the long fast serve into the backhand. That's what Paul was doing when he made the let serve. A bit of a double bluff, because a lot of people think, well, he won't go there again, but he did. And Suboy anticipated well, so timeout called now by England.
Like you said, it's like
4-3.
Even if I'm there, I should.
Brazil lead.
If you play deep, if you don't know, deep corner, you play cross. And
Positive here, Don. Can't get his head down. Paul 2-0 up. Can't be kicking himself. He needs to move on. Needs to play some positive table tennis here.
Yeah, now he's going the last one.
It's going to be tough for him though. From 2-0 down, do you think his confidence is affected a little bit here?
Also saying if it's like this.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? He's mentally tough, as Drinkle. There's no doubt about that. I think sometimes he takes his foot off the gas when he should just keep the pressure on. 2-0 up. Hopefully he won't reflect on that fact. He'll just focus on this game. And as you say, if he plays positive, plays the way that Paul Drinkle should play, and we know he can play, then he can still win this one for sure. The loss against Egypt, will that be on his mind? I don't think so. What do you think, Will?
I've been thinking about that throughout the match, actually. From when it was 2-1, I was thinking, is he thinking about that game against Egypt?
Gustavo Suboy, in no way being over-aggressive to his opponent. He's just pumping himself up. Every credit to the 32-year-old Brazilian player. Players now change ends. So we move into the second half of this deciding 5th game. Brazil with a 2-point lead.
Paul starts playing well now and comes back here. I think the roof's going to come off the copper box. They're going to get really behind him in this last set.
Good wristy backhand topspin from the English player. What a great point this would be. 2 against the serve. He's taken the first point. Suboy now coming up with his 2nd serve in this sequence. A long fast serve into the backhand. Drinkle just not quite timing that backhand well.
Seemed to be a little bit of topspin on the serve, I think, Don, was it? And just popped it off the end with his backhand. Paul maybe...
Needs these 2 points. Needs to be aggressive behind the serve. Let's see Paul Drinkle take the initiative. That's exactly what he did there. Got in with that first pop spin. Couldn't get quite the speed he wanted, so he's very clever. He brushed up the back of the ball. Let's see that. There he goes. Spun up the back, went for spin rather than speed. Clever variation.
Stay balanced on that shot. It's really tough. That was harder than it looked.
That was a highly skilled rally there. Fine touch skills. And that's what makes table tennis the game it is. You have to have these fine, delicate touch skills, and then all of a sudden you explode with power.
Hard to describe how hard it is to touch the ball that short. It's such a skill, isn't it, Don?
People talk about soft hands, don't they? Having feeling. Some people believe it's a natural gift as opposed to something you can develop. Certainly you can practice and improve, but just top of the net, I think, or he just didn't quite time that backhand flick. Just can't get his nose in front.
Suboy is so pumped up here.
They were disappointed with that. He moved his feet well, he got into position well, just held back on the forehand topspin, and Francisco Armas there looking on from the Brazilian bench.
6-8.
So again, Drinkle 2 points down, but he has his 2 serves to come. Must hold his nerve here, be positive, be brave. Side spin on that backhand return. Francisco Armas on his feet.
So much spin on that ball. Really good return. Suboy.
Is 4 match points for Suboy. Paul Drinkle in the first match of this quarter-final was 2-0 down, came back to win 3-2, and then in his singles match is 2-0 up, and now he's looking down the barrel of 4 match points in this 5th and final game. Suboy takes the 5th game by 11 points to 6. And this quarter-final now gets a little bit more tense. England lead by 2 matches to 1. And we await the 4th match, which will be between Liam Pitchford and Eric Juti.
I didn't see that one coming, did you, Don?
2-0 up. We should know by now. Lots of twists and turns at this level, at this high level. Paul Drinkle ranked at 31, Gustavo Suboy ranked at 66. The momentum with the England team. Drinkle plays fantastic in the first 2 games. I don't think anybody saw that coming, do you?
No. I think Paul will be really disappointed. I think that third set killed him, really. Had massive chances, was up in it. And I've got to admit, I thought it was game over when Suboy served off, I think at 4-2 down in the 3rd set, 3rd end. And I thought Paul had it won there, but now Liam's got to come out. Liam played such a perfect game against Hugo Calderano. I wonder what's going through his head, whether he's excited to play this game or a little bit nervous. You know, probably a game that he didn't think he was going to have to play. Now he's getting chucked in against a guy who's got nothing to lose. I think this is a tough one for Liam mentally.
I totally agree. And I think sometimes when you've played the game of your life, the best you've ever played, to go on and do it again, it's just... Sometimes it can leave you a little bit deflated. It just takes time to pick yourself up again. I mean, the psychologists will know far more than we do, Will, about that. But having been through it as a player, I think you can associate with, and I think you're quite right to challenge how will Liam Pitchford be feeling now. He's probably sat on the bench, thought, we've done it, we're through. Even though all the psychologists would tell him not to do that.
It's almost impossible not to, you know. When Paul's so far up in the match, you think you're going home. You know, you're almost planning for how you're going to spend your evening. You know, to prepare for tomorrow's game against China. But now he's got to switch on here. He's got to take it point by point because this isn't going to be an easy game. You know, this guy's a hell of a player. You know, and he's very dangerous. So Liam's going to have to be, you know, at his best to win this game. I believe that he's going to have to keep playing the way he did against Calderano. Just keep the pressure on this Brazilian.
So it's worth noting there, Eric Juti ranked at number 92, 23 years of age. Not a lot of form recently. In 2017, he was runner-up in the Pan Am Cup, quarter-final at the Brazilian Open. Last 16 in Belarus and last 32 in Belgium. So reasonable performances, but Liam Pitchford certainly the man in form. Beat Harimoto in the match against Japan, beat Calderano earlier this evening in this match. What a performance that was. He took the number 16 player in the world out, who's in good form. 11-4, 11-6, 11-6. And the other interesting fact in this tournament, Juti hasn't won a singles yet. He played one singles against Hong Kong, which obviously was tough for him. He didn't play a singles against the USA, where they won 3-0. So he's going to be a little apprehensive. He's not won a game yet in singles. Liam Pitchford's now won, I think, 4 out of 5. And got a few great scalps under his belt. Harimoto, Calderano.
Do you think that it will be just as impressive if Liam can win this comfortably again? Because, as we were saying earlier, he plays so well against top level players and he can raise his game. Now he's going to have to, you know, play against someone who he's favourite against, and it'll be a different type of test for Liam here.
Back and down the line by Juti.
Left, 3-1.
And that's just the start the Brazilian team wanted. Juti taking a 4-1 lead.
Would Liam know a lot about Juti, do you think, Don? Do you think he would have done his research on this game? Because I know, for example, he'll know everything about Hugo Calderano and would have had a perfect game plan for that game. I'm wondering if he's even got a game plan for Juti, whether he'd know him or, you know, would have done his research on him before this game.
I'm sure they've discussed him, I'm sure, but they probably don't have, you know, in terms of video analysis, I'm sure they've not got much on video to have a look at. As I mentioned, he's played in the Brazilian Open, the Belarus Open and the Belgian Open in 2017. So he's been out there, he's been on the circuit. But now, of course, he's got nothing to lose, Juti. At 92. Determined. fighting for every point, as you'd expect Liam Pitchford to do. Again, very relaxed table tennis, very free-flowing, very positive, playing as though he's nothing to lose, as though he's taken the pressure off himself.
3-7.
Juti started really impressively here, getting behind, being the aggressor off that third ball after his serve, getting in with a really, really strong third ball attack, which is causing Liam some problems.
3-8.
Slipping on the floor, whether it's just getting a little bit damp or a bit of dust on the floor sometimes will can cause that, can't it? You just don't quite get the grip, the friction between the footwear and the playing surface.
Just looked like his right foot just gave way there, just, yeah, probably slipped under some sweat.
Got it! 10-3.
And 4 6-game points for Eric Juti. Good forehand topspin in behind the serve. But still 5-game points for Brazil. Just hitting a rich vein of form, but maybe it's just a little bit too late. Well, 10-6 down, still got to save 4-game points.
A lot to do here in this game.
And the backhand topspin from Juti wins the first game, 11-6. And I think our psychological analysis of the situation was pretty close. It's a different game for Liam Pitchford this time.
Totally different game, and there's still a long way to go in this match, potentially overall. You know, if Juti can pull off a victory here, Brazil will feel that they're in the ascendancy all of a sudden. When we thought that England were away and uncatchable, I think the next game on, if it does go to a decider, is it Hugo
against Sam Walker?
And I wouldn't like to call that, but Hugo, you know, is a fantastic player. That'll be a tough one to call, but here at the moment, Juti has started off superbly well, and we need Liam to stand up here and to show what he's, show what he's all about. He's a class act when he's playing his top-level table tennis, and I believe he can bring it here and he can win this game. It's a vital one for England to win.
A few technical problems down there. The scoring pad looks as though it's broken down. The umpire there just throwing her arms up a little bit. So looks like we're ready to go now. Technology's sorted itself out, we hope. Pitchford to serve. Down the line from Pitchford, just not quite accurate enough. There he goes, just misses the edge of the table. That's a great flip down the line. question now. Pitchford pumped up. He was pumped up in the first game. His approach is absolutely spot on. It's just the psychology of the situation that's a little bit different from when he was playing against the number 16 in the world.
Net. 1, 2.
Unlucky there. 2-all. Juti has started really well, Brazilian.
23 years of age, the Brazilian. Pitchford, 24 years of age. Quick in with that backhand topspin, picked it up very well. 2-point lead, 6 points have progressed, both players using the opportunity to towel down. Good rule by the ITTF there, just allowing players to towel down every 6 points. We had tactical situations, didn't we, where players used the towel every point. The crowd used to get very frustrated. This rule keeps the play continuous. Oh, that's well played, Eric Juti.
Great counter topspin there. Staying up to the table, Juti playing really aggressive table tennis. Taking the game to Pitchford.
Great return serve, the backhand topspin. Pitchford now with his 2 serves, he'll be looking to make both points. Good tight serve, Liam. In with the topspin.
5-4.
Clever return by Juti, just threw the ball back with a little bit of topspin, just gave it a little bit more height.
Played there, Liam. You feel Juti, although he's 1-0 up, you feel he needs this set. I just get a feeling that Liam might well start getting into his rhythm here in this second set.
Got it! 5-6.
Great rally there for Eric Juti. Several times you thought Pitchford had done enough to win it, but now the score's level, 6 points each.
Let's go.
Great to see Paul Drinkle back on the bench cheering for Liam after an agonising defeat, showing the team spirit in this team, you know, getting behind Liam. So important for Liam here. He has the support of his teammates.
7-6.
Already I feel an injection of energy for some reason. Paul coming back on the bench, cheering for Liam, and Liam looks up for it, you know.
Great counter topspin there, wasn't it? Juti gets in with that first topspin. Here it comes. But look at this for a counter topspin.
Beautiful shot.
Right into Juti's body. 2 out of 2 for the Pitchford serve. Little side spin on that return of serve. Working the ball well. Topspin on the serve there, I thought. Well,
yeah, I agree. Quite a lot of kick on that serve. Liam just couldn't keep it down with his beautiful backhand flick, banana flick.
Three game points for England. lifeline for Eric Juti because he now has his 2 serves to come. Gustavo Suboy there, sat next to Francisca Armas, the Brazilian coach. And the backhand topspin off the end of the table from Eric Juti. Liam Pitchford takes the second game, 10 points to 8. And this 4th match now evenly poised at 1 game apiece.
Great passion here from Liam. He won the point.
So many twists and turns in the overall match. Starts off, we think Brazil race off to 2 games to 0 in the doubles. We think, here we go. England come back. What a performance by Liam Pitchford. Baldrinkle goes 2 games to 0 up, loses it 3-2. Eric Juti comes out, takes the first game against Liam Pitchford, 10-6, 11-6. How many more twists and turns, Will?
Twists and turns everywhere, Don, and you just hope that there's no more, because if there isn't any more, I think Liam will go on and take this, because I think the momentum is with him. But the way this game's gone, it wouldn't surprise me if this goes all the way.
3rd game, Brazil to serve, Lavol.
A fraction too low there for Pitchford to play the fast fork backhand topspin, but his backhand's going so well, nothing would surprise me.
Really creative brains Liam's got. He's away from the table on his backhand. Can pretty much do anything he wants.
Love 2.
I think you're right, Will, here. I think the Brazilian assessment of the situation is if Juti can pull off a win here, then they've got Calderano going on against Walker. That's the number 16 in the world going on against the number 81. They must fancy the chances. So this is a big, big match. And it's evenly poised at 1 game apiece, but Juti has the advantage of a 3-2 lead.
I think Liam will be thinking here, I've got to win, I've got to take this for the team and take us to the semi-final. I think he'll know the situation.
Apologise, I called 3-2, it's 3-1 now. I think that makes it 4-1. So a very good start by Brazil. The electric scoreboards in the background have gone down. That was the problem that we had. They've still not corrected that problem. But the score that you can see in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, absolutely spot on. Pitchford 2 points adrift, his 2 serves to come.
This is an absolutely vital part of the game. This set here could mean the difference between England winning and losing. I really believe that.
5-3.
5-3. Juti with a 2-point lead.
Left 5-3.
A bonus point for England's Liam Pitchford, a service error. But it's interesting with the service errors, Will. I sometimes think that when a player's going for a really difficult serve, that they will make an error. It's not necessarily sometimes a bad thing, because it shows they're trying to do something with the serve. I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, I agree. Trying to put a bit of extra spin on the ball. Sometimes a service error, you know, is millimetres away from being a perfect service.
5 points apiece. Pitchford with his 2 serves. He just took 2 against the serve there. And that's a wonderful placement. Good use of the upper body there from a deception point of view. Just see this again. Here it comes. And we have a timeout from Brazil. A good timeout as well. 3 consecutive points for England. Pitchford was 5-3 down, took 2 points against the serve, just took that point with a lovely forehand topspin. And the Brazilian coach very quickly on his feet, Francisco Armas.
Atención, focus, vos saqueteo de aquí de directa también estaba funcionando. Puede ir
Really
variando.
integral part of this match.
No sé cómo acontece si hay que
I think that the England coach will be pretty confident, just saying to pitch, believe in yourself, go for your shots, get your strengths in. Be the first one to be positive, and you can do this. You've got the home crowd behind you.
Heavy backspin on the Pitchford service. 7-5. A determined Liam Pitchford out there, Will.
It's brilliant to see Liam fighting like this, showing his experience. Not an easy game to play in. He looks so focused now. He looks really, really pumped up for this. He's a strong character, isn't he, Liam? He's quite a feisty character on the table.
And he's showing that character now. This really is a pivotal moment, I think, in this whole match. 6-5, we had a timeout. Called by Brazil, and Pitchford comes back and wins the first 3 points following a Brazilian timeout. That's gutsy play. And that's 5 game points. Punches the air. 11-5. Pitchford certainly on song in the second half of that game. Remember, it was 6-5, Will, when we had the timeout, and he won 5 consecutive points when they came back to the table. So perhaps 11-5 makes it sound comfortable, but at the halfway stage it was 6-5, so it was tough. Pitchford held his nerve. The story on the screen for you there to see. Lost the first 11-6, wins the next 11-8, 11-5, but Will, dare we say it, Pitchford looks as though he's on top.
Well, the way this game's gone, you can't, anything can happen. It really has, it's been twisting and turning all match, but Liam has been fantastic in these last 2 games. I just hope that he can see it out now. He deserves it after such a good win against Hugo Calderano. To back it up here against UT will be it's just as impressive to me if he can pull this off. Under pressure, knowing that Calderano's coming in next against Sam as well. He'll feel that he needs to take this.
But I think we should say about Sam Walker, we're making it sound Calderano. Sam Walker played amazing in 2016 in Kuala Lumpur in the team event. He played a massive role. Big match he won against Japan, big match he won against Germany. He was a significant contributor to that bronze medal. So again, we could get another twist and turn. Should we get there? Let's hope from an England point of view we don't. And that was a little bit of a Brucey bonus there for Liam Pitchford, an error from Eric Juti.
Sam is Mr. Dependable in this team, and I think if anyone can pull it off, he can. But he would be the underdog against Calderano, that's for sure. But Sam certainly believes in himself. If it did happen, we're hoping it doesn't, because Liam is playing some fantastic shots at the moment. That backhand, so much wrist in that shot, Don. It's incredible.
interesting serve, a long, fast chop serve. You very rarely see that. The surprise element won the point. Pitchford. You'll be disappointed with that. He's made some great backhands. That one just not quite working out. Return by Juti. Came across the table, returned with the backhand from the forehand side. That banana type technique. Extra risk going into the shot. Let's see that. Can you see how contorted his wrist was there? Right back. Massive amount of wrist action going into that shot.
Amazing how much spin can be put on the ball.
Well placed backhand. It was the forehand from Pitchford, and there they are. Dale Ajuto, they're leading the England supporters, a former Sheffield player. Well, I don't know if you came across him in the Sheffield League, yeah?
3-5.
More twists and turns, isn't it, Don, in this game?
Left.
Thought Liam was away after two really good games, and now here in the fourth, Jota seems to be in the ascendancy.
As soon as we say, well, I actually said to you, dare we say. That's how nervous you are at this point in time. Anything can happen. This will be a big bonus if he can win this point from back there. No, he can't.
6-4.
Juti did well. He kept him away from the table. He didn't allow him to get back up to the table. Clever tactical play from the Brazilian player. Very good. Again, just that little bit of side spin, that little bit of extra wrist movement.
Left. 6-5.
Looking to get that backhand banana flicking all the time now.
Great rally there. In fairness, Juti there was tremendous. He held close to the table. He didn't back off. He contained the Pitchford topspins, but Pitchford was relentless. There we go. Look at that. That's two great topspins, three great topspins, four. And Juti just looking very solid. 8-9 topspins to win that rally. What a great rally.
6-7.
Long from Pitchford. 7-6, Juti in the lead. Well done out, Juti there. Retrieved well.
Incredibly quick, Eric Juti. Moves across the floor like a panther. Incredible speed from the Brazilian.
Oh, that's a great backhand down the line. And this time it was Juti who lost his feet on the floor. Just slipped as he tried to move across the table. There he goes. That left-hand foot slips from underneath him. Again, talk about twists and turns. That point, twist and turn.
Juti, brilliant hands. And then Liam, brilliant hands to control. The amount of spin that was on that ball was incredible.
Pushing the net. And England have only made the semi-final once since this competition started back in 1990. Pitchford now 2 points away from a historical victory for England. Ooh, it nearly dropped off the net cord onto the edge. 9 points apiece.
Well, Liam was praying for that to go in.
Oh, and is it going to drop on the edge? It was millimetres away. Well, and Juti now with his serves just gives him a slight edge. It is a big advantage to have the service. And there it is, 1 point for England from the semi-final of the ITTF Team World Cup. Can Liam Pitchford pull it off? What a victory, what a noise we'll hear if he does. 9-10, match point for England. Yes, he's done it! He's done it! What a performance by Liam Pitchford. Once again he chips in with 2 victories. What a performance in this Team World Cup by Liam Pitchford. What a performance by the England team. They win by 3 matches to 1. Will, what a great victory.
Oh, I'm so happy for the team. Look at them, the togetherness. They're so happy out there, all hugging each other. Really pumped up. And that's what this team's all about, togetherness. And that's great to see. You know, this is not a singles game, this is a team game. And although they're playing singles matches, to know that all these guys have got their backs. You know, Paul was behind Liam all the way. Liam was behind Paul. Sam, even Tom Jarvis, who's you know not playing a part in this tournament. You know, he was on the bench and he was supporting. It's fantastic team spirit from the guys.
So an historical victory for England. They move through to the semi-final, and we look forward to seeing them in action tomorrow. Well done, England.